So have you ever sat and thought about what makes a guy handsome? Maybe it's the money. Some may say life experience. Others might even say you may need a whole lot of confidence. And even some others may say you need all of those. But the problem with any of those things is that it takes a lot of time and effort to develop. And nowadays, everybody wants everything now, instantly. And the one thing that you can change about yourself instantly that's going to enhance the perception that people have about you on a day-to-day basis is going to be your grooming and hygienic practices that over time you just kind of become numb to and you do on a cycle, but aren't necessarily benefiting you as much as they could. First of all, something as simple as keeping your hands clean can go a long way. I think it's a common thing that most guys, when it comes to their hands, they really just don't care. They walk around with ashy hands, long nails, and dirt underneath those nails. But a lot of times, your hands is the first point of contact you have with another individual. Having dirty hands is a horrible first impression, or having dirty or greasy hands is not a good thing. So remember, keep your nails trimmed, keep your hands clean, and make sure that after you're done using the bathroom or even finishing a meal, just wash your hands. That way, you don't have to constantly try to remember if your hands are clean or if they're greasy. Number two is something that ironically took me a very long time to realize, and that is making sure that you're not walking around in your day-to-day life with an ashy face. When you don't moisturize your face, your skin loses its elasticity, its glow, and you can even see here its protective layer. So just taking those few extra couple seconds in the morning to apply moisturizer to your face can do heaps of benefits towards how glowing and how handsome you and your skin are going to look. When it comes to picking a moisturizer, there's really only two rules that you want to follow. First of all, you want to make sure that the moisturizer you pick has an SPF of a minimum of 30 in it. And then the second rule is make sure you pick a moisturizer that dries instantly on your face, right? You want to make sure that it's not super oily or it's not going to be caked up on your pores, because it's counterproductive to the effect of adding the moisturizer at all, because now your face is going to look greasy and dirty. You want to make sure that the moisturizer you pick dries quickly to your skin, so that way it moisturizes it, but at the same time, it doesn't look greasy and dirty. Now, probably asking yourself, what moisturizer should I get? And you know, it's you guys I'm really talking to. I have two recommendations for moisturizers. The first one is going to be the CeraVe Daily Natural Moisturizer. You can pick this up at literally any local drugstore. That's going to be just a basic moisturizer, and you are going to have to add a separate SPF or sunscreen on top of that. But if that's something you just need to get right away, make sure it's convenient and it's going to get the job done, that is a great option. If your budget's a little bit more, somewhere in that $30–40 range, because I mean, let's be real, you guys get DoorDash, this is definitely something that you can afford, then I would recommend going with the MK for Men. That's the system that I use, and having melanated skin, it works out well for me. It doesn't cause me any problems. Ironically, this skin barrier issue happened when I stopped using it and was spending too much time in the sun, but now I'm working with an esthetician and dermatologist to get that fixed. But like I said, make sure that you're using that moisturizer daily and it has that SPF in it. And this one you can actually get for, I believe it's $30 retail. I do have an agent that I get my Mary Kay products through. And if that's something you guys are interested in, I can link her information down below. And you guys can get started with that as well. All right, so the third thing is you're gonna make sure that you trim the body hairs, but in those places that you wouldn't typically think. But some of the places that just really look unattractive when guys have hair there are gonna be your ears, your nose, unibrow, and if you really let yourself get this far, the hairline connected to the beard line. Once you've let yourself get that far, you clearly don't care about life anymore, or your name is Elon Musk and all you care about is building your business. So what I recommend is each and every morning, check each of these areas to make sure that hair isn't growing out uncontrollably. And if it is, control it. When it comes to your eyebrows, it's always suggested to leave the natural shape of your eyebrows, because nobody wants a perfect eyebrow look. It's very artificial. So what you want to do is make sure that in the middle, if you have any hairs growing in that unibrow area, go ahead and pluck those. But for the most part, your natural eyebrow shape is going to be just fine. The thing that you never under any circumstance want to do is use your bar soap as a facial soap. So usually, let's say you're showering and you're just lathering up, you grab that bar soap and then you go ahead and wash your face. That is the worst thing that you can possibly do for your skin. It's going to dry it out because that soap is super stringent and super harsh on the skin that's on your face, because it's designed for the other parts of your body. So you want to make sure that if you're going to cleanse your face, which you should, that you use a soap and a cleanser that is formulated for the sensitivity of the skin that is on your face. So I would recommend using, again, MK for Men, or CeraVe has plenty of gentle natural cleansers that you can use on your face. Tip number 5 is going to be your posture. It's something super simple that basically just changing the way that you stand and how you carry yourself can not only boost how you're perceived associated with the attractiveness scale, but also it just gives a better sense of your overall confidence and sureness about yourself. For example, let's say you always walked around with your shoulders slouched, right? At this position, you look like maybe you're a little bit lazy, you're uninterested in what's going on, or you don't have as much self-worth or intrinsic confidence about yourself. Because if you think about it, when your shoulders are droopy or your chest is droopy, it just kind of makes you look unappealing. But if you were to do something as simple as open up your shoulders and stick your chest out, now you have a more confident demeanor about yourself. You come off as way more confident, as assertive. And if you think about it, if you change literally just the way that you walk and the way that you hold yourself, you can instantly improve the level of attractiveness that others perceive in you and how handsome you are and or look to other people. And tip number 6, which I personally have been neglecting, is a lot of guys don't take care of the skin that's under their eyes. Now, this is from an eczema flare up, obviously, but a lot of the practices that you would need to do for your eyes, I also have not been doing. The skin around your eyes is probably the most sensitive on your body, which is why when you start to see it get dark like this, usually means that it's starting to thin, which from the eczema flare up, it is. I'm working with a dermatologist on a totally different routine for this, but the way that you guys can prevent having any type of skin barrier issues under your eyes or raccoon eyes is you want to go ahead and pick up a good eye serum. Eye serum is something that a lot of guys either don't use or don't even know about. And basically, I'm not going to show you, but you just want to make sure that you put it around your eyes, right here, especially right under your eyes, and that's going to help to strengthen that barrier over time. And then a quick tip associated with if you have puffy eyes, like you're just not getting a lot of sleep, but you really do need just that instant change associated with looking less tired, is if you get some ice cubes, close your eyes, and you just rub the ice cubes back and forth across your eyes. This is going to help to instantly depuff your eyes and make you look a little bit more rested. Don't rely on this totally, but if you've been running around a whole lot, you can't get a lot of sleep, and you need to look awake and energetic for that one dream job interview, that's a quick hack you can use. All right, guys, those are 6 tips that personally I've tried and think will help look any man look a little bit more attractive, instantly associated with, like I said, changing those hygiene and grooming techniques that they do. Make sure to go pick up some of those moisturizers and cleansers that I mentioned. Again, price point is not an issue. If you can't afford it, go with the CeraVe option. If you can, go ahead and check out that MK for Men. Those links are going to be down in the description below. I do not get any commission off of those. Those are just links that I'm recommending to try to help you guys associated with figuring out how to just improve your overall look. And until next time, peace.